Now let's discuss the approach. As the authors wanted to enhance the existing functionality of earbuds, the technological development that would be done should not hinder the main objective of the earbuds, which is listening the music. Hence, there were many design constraints in front of the authors that needed to be taken care of. First one was the authors could not use any heavy or bulky sensors, otherwise it will make the earbud heavy. Second was, as the earbud is cheap when compared to other smart wearables or smartphones, the high precision sensors which have high cost could not be used, and at the same time they wanted very high accuracy in order to detect perfect motion sensing. So these were the main design constraints. So let's discuss the phenomena of occlusion effect. Whenever there is some motion in a human body, the vibrations generated due to that motion travel through the human bones to the ear canal. If we seal the ear canal from the outside, these vibrations stay in the ear canal and resonate and produce low frequency sounds. This phenomenon is called as occlusion effect. In the figure 2, we can see if we seal the ear canal from the outside, the low frequency sounds give very high amplitude. The common example of this phenomena is that if we cover our ears, we listen our own voice. Now the authors wanted to use this idea of occlusion effect at our advantage. So they came up with the novel idea of connecting the microphone towards the inner canal, that is an inward facing microphone. Now this microphone will sense the low frequency bone conducted sounds generated due to the occlusion effect. Why did they do so? As you can see, the main obstacle in motion sensing was the environmental noise. If a person having earbuds and external facing microphone walks or runs in an empty room, the signals produced are very good. But if he or she walks in a noisy room, the main signals produced due to the human motion are completely damaged by the environmental noise. So that was the main reason for low accuracy of existing solutions in this area. Now, when we use the approach given by the authors, which is inward facing microphone, we can clearly see the difference. Even in the noisy environment, the signals given due to the human motion or human activities are still clear and can be detected properly. So there are three main advantages of an inward facing microphone. First, that we saw, it is very less susceptible to environmental noise. Second, the main objective of the earphones is listening music, but the music that we listen is in range of kilohertz, and the frequencies that we want to capture due to the occlusion effect are below 50 Hz. So these two signals will not interfere with each other and these two systems can coexist. Also, due to the phenomena of occlusion effect, the low frequency sounds are resonated in the ear canal and hence we get very good SNR, which is signal to noise ratio. The main game changer thing here is the application of low pass filter. As we can see, in case of an external mic, the low pass filter does not provide much of noise removal. But if we use it for internal mic, the application of low pass filter does wonders. We can see in the lower row that the noise from the internal mic is completely removed and the signal is still crystal clear. Now, in order to use this input of the inward facing microphone, the authors had three applications for testing. First one was step counting, second human activity recognition, and third hand to face interaction. So authors developed three sensing pipelines for each of the application. For step counting, the input of the microphone first goes through the low pass filter, then envelope detection and then peak detection. So by detecting the peaks of the signal, the authors calculated the steps. And also they went even further to improve the accuracy. What they did is that they separated the upper peaks and lower peaks and they checked the number of peaks individually and then cross-checked with each other to give better performance. Similar kind of sensing pipelines were there for human activity recognition and hand-to-face interaction. And in these two activities, some of the machine learning techniques were also used after the signal fusion.